Good evening, this is Gabriel Jackson, and welcome to BJC Mitzvah Day number 2 of the mitzvahs that were going to be outlined in Sefer HaChinuch, the book of the mitzvahs. All 613 mitzvahs, according to the Torah portions. We already said Parshas Bereishis had the mitzvah to be fruitful and multiply. Parshas Noach, the second parsha, had no mitzvahs in it. And now at the Parshas Lech Lecha. Now, because some of these mitzvahs are a little bit longer, we actually might break them down into 1 or 2 or 3 days, depending on how long each mitzvah is. But we do want to get the crux. We want to understand it. So let's go through it together. Here we go. All right. Parshas Lech Lecha contains one mitzvah obligation, which is the mitzvah of performing circumcision. As it is stated, God said to Abraham, "This is my covenant, which you shall keep between me and you, and your offspring after you. Every male among you shall be circumcised." This mitzvah is repeated in Parshas Tazria, where it is written, "Uveyoyim hashmini yimo basar alaso," and on the 8th day the flesh of its foreskin shall be circumcised. And there are many other mitzvahs that are similarly repeated in many places in the Torah. And all of them are repeated for a purpose, as our sages of blessed memory explain them. The Chinuch, again the author of this book, details how the mitzvah is performed. This is a little bit very difficult to understand, but he goes through it. The description of how to fulfill this mitzvah is that we cut the foreskin, which is called the orla, that covers the top of the member, and we peel back the soft membrane that is underneath it, in order that the top of the atara on the member be revealed. For it is known to those who have an understanding of mystical concepts that the completeness of the form of a person is attained when this foreskin, which is superfluous on his body, is removed from him. Okay, there's a lot of extra information here as well. You're welcome to call me. We can learn it together in more depth. We'll do a little bit more, and then perhaps we'll continue this mitzvah tomorrow. Underlining purpose of the mitzvah. Among the underlying purpose of this mitzvah is that Hashem, blessed be He, wished to establish in the nation that He set apart to be called by His name a permanent symbol on their bodies, in order to set them apart from the other nations in the form of their bodies, just as they are set apart from them in the form of their souls. Just like we have different bodies with that permanent sign, we also have different souls, such that their goings and comings are not alike. This distinction is affixed on the golden spring because that organ is the source of perpetuation of the species, aside from the fact that completeness of the form of the body is attained through circumcision of that organ, as we have stated. The Chinuch addresses the question of why, if a man is considered incomplete until his foreskin is removed, is he created with a foreskin in the first place? Regarding the chosen people, it is the will of Hashem, blessed be He, that its character be perfected, and He wants His perfection to be achieved through the work of man himself. And so He did not create them physically perfect, i.e. circumcised already, from the womb, in order to indicate to him that just as the completeness of the form of his body is accomplished by man himself, so too it is with his ability, and indeed it is his duty to perfect the form of his soul by refining his deeds. There's more to say in this. We'll continue tomorrow, but once again, if you really want to go deep, let's make a chavrusa. Talk to me, call me, PM me. We'll learn it together. Until then, have a wonderful night. We'll see you tomorrow. And don't forget, a mitzvah day keeps your soul on its way.